Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Whitfield Report. Brand new edition that we're adding to the show lineup. So we'll be doing this show on Tuesdays, and yes, believe it or not, I am up and about during the day here, as it were. So. This isn't going to be a super long stream. I'm going to try and keep these under an hour. But I want to thank you all for watching and or listening to this if you're on the podcast format. As always, you can reach me on Twitter and Instagram at @SamDipper_NDC, hashtag Whitfield Report, Gab, Parlor, and Minds at Sam Whitfield. thesamwhitfield.com is my website. Facebook.com/Whitfield Report, or just search the Whitfield Report on Facebook. Subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever else you get your podcasts from. And thank you for supporting the show. I really do appreciate it. So, for today's stream, I wanted to address something because I've been getting a lot of DMs and messages from people in general asking, Sam, when are you getting the vaccine? Or are you getting the vaccine? For COVID, which one are you going to get? And the answer is, I'm not getting the vaccine at this time. And if I do, it's not going to be for a while. The reason being is, I've read more than a fair share of articles about there being bad reaction. And whatnot to the vaccine. I think the fact that that people are really pressuring everyone to get the vaccine right now instantly is that's concerning, and that's something I want to bring up today because I know I'm not the only one in this position. The title of this stream is "Don't Fall for Peer Pressure," and I feel like this is something that we're all facing these days, is the need to, all these, all the Karens, or I guess Kens, or whatever the male equivalent of a Karen is, are all saying, put on your masks, take the vaccine. And if you don't get either of those two, you want to kill grandma. Well, I find that, when I grew up, my parents always used to say, don't fall for peer pressure just because someone says everyone is doing something, right? And we hear that a lot these days. Everyone's wearing a mask. Everyone's getting a vaccine. You should too. Now, look, to be clear, and I want to say this mainly for the YouTube, right? If you want to get a vaccine, I'm not stopping anyone, okay? I really am not. You want to take the vaccine? That's great. You don't want to take the vaccine? That's great. It's your choice, and that's ultimately what the point of today's stream is. People still have a choice to do things in this country, or they should be, and they may be popular or unpopular, but ultimately, right to use a phrase from the pro-choice crowd, my body, my choice, right? And that's the other interesting thing is, pro-lifers, such as myself, have been mistaken, I think, a lot of times. Oh, you just want to control women and what they can do with their bodies. Well, no, we want to protect you know, the the person inside their body that they should be, you know, caring to term and then maybe giving up for adoption. Uh, I'll do abortion for another Tuesday, so that one will be interesting. But the point remains is, you know, the the left and the liberals have been the big my body my choice up until this, pandemic. Have you noticed? Now everyone needs to get a mask. Everyone needs to get a vaccine. And my point is if you want to, great. No one's stopping you. But don't pressure other people to do it and don't bully people to do it. And I have both an article and a few personal anecdotes. I mean, I'll admit I've considered getting it, even though not really. But then I heard two cases. One really scared the crap out of me, where one of my friends who's in college, and he and I are in the same class together, and we work on a team project together. I'll keep his name out of it, but suffice it to say, my friend is a pretty healthy guy, very fit, very lean. I don't know if I think he might be an athlete, but I'm not sure. He's 24 years old and is in pretty good condition. This is someone who works out, somewhat keeps himself pretty healthy, right? He got the vaccine, and within like 2 days, his arm was numb, and uh, he developed a fever. And the fever got so bad that he had to be in the hospital for like 3 days. And it really messed with him. And he's okay now, but he still told me that his arm is still numb. He can't lift it above his head. Um, so he's gonna need physical therapy for that. So yeah, that's just that's just one example. So yeah. Oh, the stream's being wonky. Not surprised at all. I'm talking about the one thing that people aren't supposed to be talking about these days. Um, so yeah, it's a widespread thing. Now, people might be saying, "Well, Sam, that's just one. That's just one. That's just one case. That's just your personal friend. The vaccine isn't harming anyone. Really, just today, and let me pull up the article here. And yeah, thanks, Umber. I'll check that out in just a sec. Uh, bu- bu- okay. Just today, I got this story from the Epoch Times that I will read here. Headline, this is from today, April 20th, 2021. EU regulators finds possible link between J&J vaccine and blood clots. The European Union's medicines regulator said on Tuesday that there is a possible link between Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine and blood clots, but said its quote-unquote overall benefit risk remains positive. Yeah, of course they're going to say that. At a meeting on Tuesday, the Safety Committee of the European Medicines Agency, EMA, concluded that a warning about unusual blood clots should be added to the product information for COVID-19 vaccine Janssen, which was developed by Janssen, a subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson. Okay, there's a tweet here. Okay, for those of us listening on audio, the tweet says, EMA Safety Committee, PRC, recommends adding very rare cases of unusual blood clots with low blood platelets, the list of side effects for the Janssen vaccine. Overall benefit risk remains positive. Okay, the blood clot events should be listed as very rare side effects of the vaccine, the committee said. The committee said it took into consideration all currently available evidence, including 8 reports from the United States of serious cases of unusual blood clots associated with low levels of platelets, one of which had a fatal outcome. All of these cases occurred within 3 weeks after vaccination in people under 60, most of whom were women. Women! So see, ladies, I'm watching out for you. You shouldn't get the vaccine. The EMA said specific risk factors have not been confirmed based on available information. The Safety Committee noted that the blood clots occurred mostly at unusual sites, such as in veins in the brain and the abdomen, as well as in arteries, together with low levels of blood platelets and sometimes bleeding. The committee said one plausible explanation is an immune response leading to a condition similar to one seen sometimes in patients treated with heparin, called heparin-induced thrombocytopenia. Yeah, however that's pronounced, HIT. The EMA said healthcare professionals and people who will receive the vaccine, quote, should be aware of the possibility of very rare cases of blood clots combined with low levels of blood platelets occurring within 3 weeks of vaccination, end quote. Okay, right, so see, taking a risk on getting a vaccine, that's okay. But God forbid, so playing Russian roulette that way is okay, but, God forbid I want to risk getting a virus that has a 98% recovery rate. Oh, no, Sam. That's not good. You've got to get the vaccine because you're crippled and, which, by the way, me having cerebral palsy has nothing to do with, COVID. I'm not any more susceptible to it than anyone else is. So that's another point that I want to address here real quick. But going on. But it emphasized that the cases are very rare and the overall benefits of the vaccine in preventing COVID-19 outweigh the risk of side effects. Well, okay, my family has a history of blood clots though, so or at least my stepdad's side of the family, so he's not getting it, and he doesn't want it either because he is based like us. Um, but yeah, I yeah, very rare side effects. Yeah, right. The United States authorized Johnson and Johnson's shot last month and has administered over 7 million doses as of April 13th. I almost said dollars, but I know that the amount was much higher to Johnson and Johnson in terms of dollars than that. Alright. The shot was authorized in the European Union on March 11th, but the rollout for the shot has not yet started. Which, good for them, yes. Another COVID-19 vaccine from UK-based AstraZeneca was previously investigated by the European Medicines Agency after reports of post-vaccination blood clots. So see, it's another one too. It's all of them, I think, from what I've read. All of them carry this risk for blood clots. And I'll get to comments in just a sec. The agency concluded on April 7th that there was a possible link between the vaccine and clots, but recommended countries still use the jab, ruling that the benefits outweigh the risk. The EMA said on Tuesday that the blood clots cases associated with the Johnson vaccine were very similar to the cases occurring after vaccine with the AstraZeneca jab. Alright. Okay. Okay, so that's the article. So let's see. Let's see. If it's just women, I don't see the issue. Well, fellow Animeadow, I hate to I hate to disappoint you, but I can see where you would come up with that, but then again, you just want me all to yourself. I see how that goes. Um, Dawson goes, the stream should be called Tammy Saves All the Tits. That would actually be probably a better vaccination against this COVID than the shot. Just saying. Yeah. Yep, 99.8% recovery rate. Vaccine. 99.8% recovery from this. Yeah. So, let's see. So yeah, I mean, just that article alone is proof enough to me that the vaccine is, pretty risky, and I don't really want it. Okay, that's my point. I'm going to, again, if you want to take it, feel free to. I'm not telling anyone not to. Of course, this audience is the smartest audience in podcasting, I believe. So you guys will make your own decision. Wink, wink. Yeah. The other thing too, Apex Gamma actually did a stream on this the other night, but it got taken down. I think he restreamed it though last night, if I'm not mistaken. Um, does anyone else find it extremely weird how many companies are are does anyone else find extremely weird how many companies are like giving handouts for getting this thing? It's weird. Dunkin', I mean, I know with like Krispy Kreme is giving away free donuts for a year to like the first 10,000 people get the vaccine and show up with their card. Um, Budweiser is giving away free beer to like the first 10,000 people. Uh, you know, which to me that's like super ironic, right? Okay, we're so like desperately afraid of getting the, COVID, right? Which is, 99.8% of recovery. So what can we do to convince people to get it? Oh, I know. Let's bribe them with sugar and alcohol, right? Because those things have never been, consequential to people's health. And believe me, I do love me a donut once in a while, and to paraphrase my friend Chuck, I like beer, and as you guys have seen, I like Yingling. Um, you know, adding right though, I would not take either of those bribes to get a stab. Um, as I actually said in the comments of Apex's stream the other night, like Sam or no, it's not Budweiser. Excuse me, it was Sam Adams that he was talking about is giving away free beer. I'll listen. If I had a brewery, I would give beer to people who weren't getting the shot. Okay, and yeah, Semper, I see your comment, buddy, and I'm with you. I'm just saying what I'm saying for the for Mama Susan. So, but I'm in the same boat you are. IRL. Um, yeah, the and again, this is the peer pressure aspect that weirds me out. Um, the free beer, the free Krispy Kremes. We never even we never even did this as like a way to say no to drugs like back in the 80s. We just had the Just Say No campaign, to stop kids from doing drugs, but we were never like, if now kids, if you don't do drugs, we'll give you free Coca-Cola or you know, anything. We never did anything. We've never done anything like this before, or I should say business has never done anything like this before. So really is um uh it's a little disconcerting to me. I'm not gonna lie. Uh Alrighty. Alright, let me see if I can pull up that article from Semper. You guys oh, I might as well say right now while I'm doing stuff, a little housekeeping stuff. Shout out to Saucin and Bruce City and Fat Kickboy as always for being my top Patreon subscribers and donators. You guys are awesome, and you guys can contribute to my Patreon in the link below. Everything is linked on the page, and I also need to link my Odyssey page too, because I have a feeling YouTube might not like this stream very much. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, lovely. Just got your DM here, Sunburn. I hope you guys haven't eaten lunch yet. I'm glad I haven't. And if you're in the middle of eating lunch and you're watching this, I apologize. Blame Semper for this one. Or actually, nah. I mean, yeah, partially blame Semper, but also blame the vaccines for what you're about to say. Okay, hey, let me make sure that this is going to show up. Okay, cool, it did show up. Yep, Semper and I are just reporting the news. Okay, headline from the New York Post, which is one of my favorite sources to go to for everything news. It's awesome. Okay. Herpes infection linked to COVID-19 vaccine study says. Okay, and again, this is from today, April 20th, 2021. Herpes infections may be a side effect of a COVID-19 vaccine, experts have revealed. Scientists in Israel identified 6 cases in a new study of patients developing a skin rash known as herpes zoster or shingles, more commonly known, after receiving the Pfizer vaccine, according to a study in the Rheumology. Okay, so that's lovely. You know, you don't want to get COVID because, God forbid, but shingles is a-okay. My grandmother, by the way, got shingles like 6-7 years ago on her leg, and it still causes her pain, and she's 92 now. She also has severe dementia and has no idea who anyone in the family really is anymore, because she's in a home and she was isolated from the family, and you know, this whole COVID thing kind of stressed her out. But hey, you know, we should all be more worried about COVID, right? Okay. Herpes zoster starts off as a small itchy rash, but if left untreated, it could cause nerve damage and pain. Okay. This can include a prolonged burning sensation on the skin even after the rash appears. Yep, that is for sure shingles. Uh, Researchers from Tel Aviv Sikorsky Medical Center and Carmel Medical Center in Haifa found those with autoimmune inflammatory rheumatic had a high risk of developing the herpes infection. And yeah, this is what I was telling people to, start if you guys are eating lunch. If you guys are listening to this on the audio podcast, I'll just describe. It's a guy with a pretty severe red rash. Not pretty. So be thankful that you guys are listening to this. If you guys are listening to this on a podcast. Out of 491 patients, 6 people, or 1.2%, experienced the infection rate. Said the 6 patients all have mild cases of autoimmune, inflammatory, rheumatic diseases, and were young, though the infection is generally more common in those over the age of 50. Again, like I said, my friend got the vaccine and he's 24, and now he can just now kind of lift his arm midway. Um, so, you know, take it what you will. Uh, that is why we reported on it. Dr. Victoria Fuhrer, the lead author, told the outlet. 5 of them developed herpes zoster, or shingles after the first dose, and the 6 got after the second. But it's still unclear as whether or not the vaccine caused causes of shingles. We cannot say that the vaccine is the cause at this point, Fuhrer told the outlet. I can, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, but then again, I'm just a commentator. We can say it might trigger it in some patients. Exactly. Fuhrer said further research is necessary, and one implication could be that patients with autoimmune, inflammatory, rheumatic diseases be encouraged to get vaccinated shingles before getting their COVID-19 shot. We should not scare people, told the Jerusalem Post. The overall message is to get vaccinated. It is just important to be aware. But the problem is that's what doctors and the government have been doing to people for the past year now. If you don't wear a mask, if you don't, uh, you know, uh, get a vaccine, you'll die, and so will grandma, so will your auntie. Uh, but just get the stab anyway, right? So my point is, ladies and gentlemen, um, you know, do what you want to. Uh, I can't stop anyone from getting the vaccine. You guys can't. Uh, I can't stop anyone from getting the vaccine. But no one can make me get the vaccine either. So stop peer pressuring people to do so. That's my overall point. Just let people be. If you want it, you know, I don't think it's a good decision, but you do you, and I'll do me, and you know, I would strongly advise people to do some research into some of these, cases for automatically getting a stab. Don't cave for peer pressure. Getting shingles and, or getting a fever and winding up in the hospital is not worth free beer and Dunkin' Donuts and whatever, God else corporations are offering up now. But anyway, that's just me, and that's just, mostly this audience's opinion. Just be careful and be smart, folks. That's all I ask. So anyway, that'll do it for today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. But I will be back on Thursday, and I'm actually thinking I am going to be streaming on Twitch for the Thursday show. I might have to actually because of what we're going to be doing on Thursday. I'm going to be doing a movie review. I don't want to give away what it is, but I will give you guys two big hints. It is a song about a dystopian future, air quotes, that we are it's no longer the future. We're already in it. And the second biggest hint is it is the hit song from my second all-time favorite band, most notably from the 80s. So that should be a big hint what movie I'm talking about, and I'm super excited to be doing the stream for you guys on Thursday. So I will announce when that is coming up. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Semper, thanks for the article. I really appreciate that. Olives, whiskey, fell in a meadow, Ferry, A Spaz, Joda Burley, Saucin, of course, Mr. McGee, and Scorpio as well. I don't think Apex showed up. He's probably at work or something like that. But anyway, yeah, I do want to thank you guys for tuning into the stream, and I'll see you on Thursday. Until then, God bless, God save this great nation, God, freedom, legacy in that order, and I will see you on Thursday, folks. God bless.